It's Monday, May 2nd, 4:27 p.m. Jim and I just went looking for mushrooms for a little bit. While we were gone, the Bigfoots brought something back. And before I show you, I just want to explain to you, this shows how sick and out of it that I've been over the last couple months, because something that's usually out here on the railing all the time went missing, and I didn't even notice it till just now. So what they brought back is one of those magnets, the rattlesnake eggs. There were two of them out here. I kept them out here all the time. And I went back and looked through my pictures, and the last picture I have of them being on the railing was March 31st. So sometime between then and now, and I think probably around the 10th, somewhere between then and the 10th is when they took them. So they took them and they've had them, and I didn't even realize it because I've been so sick and stuff. So anyways, it's pretty cool that they brought that back while we were gone. And yesterday they brought the nest, or wait, was that yesterday? 30th. No? Well, whenever they brought the nest, that was when we were in the woods too. So, yes, very cool. So I don't have to take this in. I'm going to just put it back out here where I used to keep it. And maybe they'll bring the other one back and I'll put it with it too. Okay, so that's it for now. Jim and I were just inside. We were in there in the living room, and we heard something sound like it hit the house. And I came out here, and this little rock was laying right there on the porch. So I think that's what it was, and it sounded like this. That's what it sounded like. So I believe they just threw this up and hit the siding. There we go. And I came out and I walked all around, and I didn't see anything disturbed. I don't know where they would have been, where they went. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That rock right there hit the siding. It's exactly how it sounded. I threw it up against the window. That's not what it sounded like. So it sounded like it hit the siding. Yeah, we both heard it. So, I don't know. I have no idea what that was all about. I'm mushroom hunting, but I just saw a couple interesting Bigfoot looking things, like that broken. That stick leaned into there, and then this right beside it. Okay, that's a stick. Thought it was in the ground, but it's not. Okay, so possibly, but this probably is nothing. These two things could be. It looks like it's splintered. So I was just up there. Trying to locate that. I think that's the break I just was showing you. And I just walked up on this. Looks fairly fresh too. Pretty good sized break. This is kind of interesting. That's 3 sticks. Branches, I should say. They've all been broken. Placed it sort of the next pattern. Oh, look here. Here's the other side of it. Huh. Right over here. Just beside it is the skull. Deer skull. Sunday, May 8th, 5:54 p.m. Jim and actually I took a nap from about 2 to 5-ish. Is that right? Right, Jim? And I got up. Okay, sorry about that, but my battery died. So anyways, I got up. Jim was on the back porch on the swing. I joined him. We sat there and talked for a while. We heard something hit the roof of the house, and we thought that was strange. We both looked at each other, and then after a while we decided to come and get something to eat, which we just did. And then Jim was done before me, and he came out to the front porch, and he goes, "Did you see the sticks on the front steps?" And I'm like, "No." And so I came out and looked, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's definitely strange." See how there's three on 3 steps. These are lined up exactly in the middle. This one and that one down there are singles, but that one in the middle is like an asterisk type deal made of, oh my gosh, that's made of 1, 2, 3, 4 sticks. How cool is that? This had to happen today. I just walked around the house. I don't know if my attention came up here though, but I just walked up around the house before I went in to eat. I can't imagine that I missed this, but it's possible. So they may have done this while we were inside eating, which was only a half hour at the most, if that. So that's crazy, but very cool. Let's go down and look at that real quick. Sorry, my knees are bad. I'm having a lot of trouble walking lately, so bear with me as I go through stuff. Okay, so I hope you can see that. These two are lined up with each other, and then the other two make an X. That is so cool. Just to show you how they're lined up from the bottom view. If you've been following my channel for a while, they went through a thing where they were lining rocks up here on the sidewalk. At one time there was 4 or 5 lined up, and I believe they were lining them up over here too before. And their little stick arrangement right here is still there. We had really bad storms come through, so their little grass decoration that they put on it blew off mostly. But this is still in good shape. Okay, this morning when I did my walk around, I noticed this on the sidewalk, and it caught my attention. But I mean, Jim's been mowing, and sticks were down and stuff, so I thought maybe it was just natural. But now that they did what they did on the steps. And if you look closely, actually, the stick underneath of it fits perfectly in that crack, like it follows it perfectly. There's an X over it, a stone, and then the big, yeah, I think that's probably a glyph. Very cool. They seem to be into making glyphs lately, which I love. Love, love, love. So I decided to walk around the house because I thought I might have missed some more stuff. I get to the side of the house here. There's the living room, 2 windows, there's our bedroom. And below this window are 2 sticks stuck in the ground beside each other. And I go to Jim like, I said, are those growing there? But they're not. Here's a piece of, like, it looks like there were sticks in the ground, in the grass. Jim mowed them. And this may have been part of it. But they've stuck them in the ground here. How cool is that? I love it. Boy, they have been busy. And I'll see, like this morning, I didn't notice that either. So I don't know if they've been doing this stuff maybe while I was sleeping. I don't know. But that is super cool. 2 sticks side by side. I can tell these are from the tree. It's got a little, like it was going to bud right there. I just picked this piece up, and it would go right here. So that was part of that stick, but they only put these 2 in. I wonder what it means. This kind of reminds me of what they did out front with the 1 stick and the other stick leaning into it. One thing I forgot to mention too is that while I was sleeping, Jim was out on the 4-wheeler for like an hour and a half, so they had plenty of time to come up and do things this afternoon between about 2 and 5, so that could be when all this happened. Okay, we just came up to the bedding area after we put the recorder down by the dump just to look around, and Jim walked back in here. First thing he saw was this. He said it's almost like a stay out thing, and the first tree right here has a root, but it didn't come from here. So that was placed. And this one comes from the other direction, so it makes it look like sort of like an X. I can't see if that came from there or not. Could you see this, Jim?
What?
Did that come from there? Okay, I just got over here closer, and that didn't grow there either. Huh. So if you continue down in there, that whole area was like a bedding area, and that place would almost look like their living room type area was down in there. I did find where this one probably fell from, right there. But this one, it seems like it was added to it because it doesn't come from anywhere. Saturday, May 14th, 6:05 p.m. And I just noticed something really cute. The rock that we heard hit the house and it fell, and I picked it up and I laid it on the edge of the table right over here that day. I never took it in, I just let it lay here. And I just was saying to Jim, they haven't done much lately. I wonder where they are. And I looked over here, and they have moved that little rock in between the flowers and Chris's rock. Isn't that cute? They put it with another rock. Pretty sweet. Especially Chris's rock. So, at least I know they're around. It had to be just today or maybe yesterday, but I'm thinking today because I've been seeing it every time I come out. Still laying on the table. So, that's just so cute. This is Tuesday, May 17th. It's 3:29 p.m. I just went outside to look at things and visit with Jim. He's out there painting the porch. And I checked the Bigfoot stuff and I found something interesting. So I want to show you a picture before I take you out there and show you what I found. So hang on a second. I took this picture yesterday, as you can see, May 16th. And I'm going to make it bigger to show you something. These are the Bigfoots. And I got them in line, Daddy, the mama, and then the next biggest one. Now look at the distance between their hands. Okay, now keep that in mind. Okay, here's what I found. Yesterday, or even this morning, this piece of leaf was not here. And it's like wrapped around the hand of the third biggest guy in the group. It almost looks like it's tucked in right here. And I have to say, it's been a little windy, so I thought maybe it blew on there. But also, I've noticed as I was coming out, it was pretty windy, but it's not blowing away. So I'm thinking that it may be tucked in there enough to keep it in place. I can't be 100% certain, but it looks very placed to me. And what it reminds me of is some kind of a bandage. So I'm wondering if they're telling me that this guy hurt his hand and he has bandaged it with, a leaf, some kind of medicine, however they remedy stuff like that. So that's quite interesting. Like I said, I can't be 100% certain that that's what this is, but it kind of appears that way to me. So I'm going to leave it, see what, if anything, else happens with it. And I think after I get off of here, I'm going to talk to them about it. Another thing too, like I said this morning, that wasn't there because I was out here, and then I was inside most of the day, just being inside, so they had all kinds of opportunity and time to get up here and do this. I was just looking at this and noticing how it follows the shape of his hand. And I was looking at the pattern of the leaf. I thought it looked like a part of a maple leaf, but I'm not sure. The texture of it doesn't look quite right for that. So I'm wondering what kind of leaf it is too. But I mean, it looks like it was torn specifically to fit on there. And then this part goes up. I talked to him and I told him that I acknowledged the bandage. I told him that I was sorry that that guy hurt his hand. And I put an apple in the basket. I told him it was for him, pointed to it and all that stuff. So, see what happens. So it's now 5:29, and I talked to the Bigfoots, like I said, and everything. I put the apple in there, and I went inside. I've been cooking, and Jim and Amy were out front. I heard Jim let Amy in, and he goes, she wanted in like now, like I want in now. And I said, were the Bigfoots out back? And he's like, well, I don't know. She wasn't out back. And I'm like, well, she may have sensed that they were there. So when I got a minute just now, I came out to check things. And sure enough, they were here. They brought me a gift. It's one of those little Nerf bullets. They brought me many of those. They're orange and yellow. Now, I'm wondering why they brought it now. Is it to show appreciation because I said what I said to them, or is this a separate thing? Like they put it right beside this ball that I put out yesterday. So maybe it's saying, we see that's a ball, here's a ball. But it is also right around the guy with the leaf on his hand. So, Betsy, get down. Get down. Oh, that cat. Okay, so anyways, very cool. I'm going to tell him thanks. Okay, it's now 6:36. Jim and I went inside to eat supper. And we came back out here to sit. And I looked around the corner to see if the apple was still there. And it's gone. They actually came and got it. I told them, don't forget your apple. Whenever I came out and got that ball. It's like they totally know what I was saying. That's the coolest thing ever. I'm so happy. I feel like they're right in there somewhere just watching. Also, it's still there. Okay, I just came out here. I was out here this morning, and this was not here. But the same guy, see his little leaf that was wrapped around his hand has kind of moved off just from natural whatever. Now there's a leaf on his foot. Now there's no other leaves anywhere on the whole bench. However, there are some leaves around on the ground. So I can't be certain that this didn't just fall here, but what are the odds of that falling on the same Bigfoot and one on its hand and one on its foot? So I told the poor little guy that since he hurt his foot too, I'd get him another apple. If I put it in here, and I told him, so we'll see if they come and get their apple. Maybe he would like another apple. Okay, I do not know what to make of this. Everything's a mess. The main thing is that the Bigfoot dolls are really, really messed up. Okay, this one's turned. It's supposed to go here. Like lots of things are moved. But here, there's one laying there and there's one underneath, upside down on the ground. And they got white residue on them. Couldn't figure that out for a minute, but I noticed this ball, which is dirty, has white residue on the outside of it. It glows in the dark, and I think this got punctured and it's getting on everything. Because look right here on this one. Okay, so let's go around the edge, or around the porch, so you can see more. Okay, this is moved. These things are knocked off, the dice are knocked off, the little puzzle rings are knocked off. These are not even touched. Jim's doll hasn't hardly moved, and these maybe are slightly moved, so I do not know what the heck happened out here. My guess is either a Bigfoot did it and got really interested in this thing and squished it, or like a raccoon was up here. I don't think Bitsy would do it because it's just not her MO. I could see her maybe getting up there, but you know how cats tiptoe around things a little bit. Oh boy, it's ready to storm. That's why I wanted to do this quick. So anyways, that's what's going on. I'll give you an update if I figure anything else out. Okay, it's now 6:17 p.m. and Jim and I went to the dentist. We came back. It was around noon, something like that, and we ate. Well, I came out here to check stuff, but this morning, after I found everything, I walked all the way around the house, and I didn't see anything else except a possible X behind a hostas over at the front corner of the house, and I haven't showed you that yet, because I'm not even sure if it's from them or not. But I just came out and I picked all this up and put it back. One thing I'd like to mention about that is the doll that had the leaves on them, it was the one that was underneath and upside down. Now those are kind of heavy, and I mean something would have to really mess with them to get them off of there and under the table. And the one was laying right there. You can see where it was. So I don't know if it was a raccoon. I didn't see any kind of like raccoon prints. I looked around in the mud and up there and on the porch, didn't see anything. Okay, the apple that I put in here is still there, so if it was a Bigfoot, they didn't take that. Now, when I was checking this stuff, I just happened to look over here, and this caught my eye. I was like, oh, 3 sticks. That's weird. And then I wondered, I planted 3 tomato plants over here at the edge of the yard, and there are 3 sticks there. And I guess the middle one is shorter too, isn't it? That was to mark where the plants were. So just this afternoon, I just got up from a nap because I was super tired, and as I said, I walked around and saw this. And first thing I asked was if Jim did it, and of course he said no. Well, actually, when we came home from the dentist, it had been raining and blowing and stuff kind of hard. And in the front yard, I noticed 3 pretty good sized sticks down. They're gone. So apparently the Bigfoots picked them up and decided to make this arrangement here in the front, or in front of the stuff here, and I don't know why they chose this spot, but I will tell you that one time, a long time ago, I had a stump sitting here, and I used it for a gifting spot, like an extra one. And they would put, like twice, they put sticks horizontal in front of it like this. They've also lined 3 sticks up before. I'll have to go back and find those and I'll show you. I think that they were around in front of our lilac bushes over there. So, I don't know what that means, but wow, it's interesting. I'll get you to the top over here. Take a picture while I'm at it. Okay, let's go look at that X that I showed you. I'm gonna tell it. Well, I'll come back and tell him that I found that. It's awesome and all that. So we know that that wasn't a raccoon did that, aren't we? Sure of that. So this little thing keeps getting, I don't know, bumped, and I keep putting it back. There. Okay, the X that I saw this morning, and like I said, this, I didn't think a whole lot about it. I took a picture, but it's right here where we added these 2 hostas. Right behind it is an X, and we just dug this up to plant these, so I don't really know how that would have happened without some help. That's kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3. Except there's a bunch of them, so it's probably just natural. And the other thing I saw was this, but I think that's also natural. So that's it for now. We've been up to some stuff though. Yeah, those sticks were like around here, right around in here. Okay, I'll let you know if I see anything else. So we just found this piece of the bush, the corner of the porch broken, and I kneeled down here, but I just checked. I didn't kneel, but I bent over and I grabbed this because I wanted to know what it was, and I thought it was a root. I wouldn't have come anywhere near this. So I think they did that too. Don't know why. And I also don't know when. Jim says it had to be within at least 5 hours. This is also knocked down. That lily. So, I don't know what's going on. Messy Mike's back. Okay. This is the next morning. It's Saturday morning. Ever since yesterday, I've been thinking about these sticks, and I can't help but think how it kind of completes this arrangement so that it looks balanced and whole now with the sticks added in. Sunday, May 22nd, 8:16 p.m. And we've been inside most of the day. It was rainy. Pretty sure I checked things this morning, though. And at some point this afternoon, the Bigfoots came up and took the apple out of here. Now, these bananas are getting really ripe. I think I'll leave them like one more day. If they don't go away, I'm going to have to throw them over in the weeds. I'm going to give them rotten food. So that's what's happened today. Okay, today at 1:30, I came out here and I put this little, hang on a second. I put this little, it's from blueberries. It's a stem, but it looks like a person. And so I put it in the magnetic bowl for the Bigfoots because it it kind of reminded me of some of the things they've, like with that, the woman doing planks, or Jim doing planks, and I showed you a picture of a woman doing it, looked just like it and stuff. Well, it just reminded me of that, so I put it in there for him. So it's now 6:45, and I came out here and they've turned the basket over, and the little guy's inside of it. So I know they were up for sure. That's kind of funny. Hang on. So anyways, I just want to take a picture of it. So they put this over top of it. That's pretty cute. Nope, he turned over. It's got a little head on it and everything. Also, these are stuck together. So, alright, that's all I see for now. I'm going to look around and see if anything else happened. It's Tuesday, May 24th, 8:27 a.m. Okay, so I get up, I come out, I look around at the Bigfoot stuff. I didn't see anything, so I decided to go up and look at my pretty new painted daisies. I go up there, I see something I want to move, transplant, so I come back in to get my gloves. My gloves hang here in this bag. So I go, oh, well, that's in the way. There's a pair of gloves and a vest, like a safety vest, in a package. So I just reach in, I get my gloves, I go do what I gotta do, and I come back and I'm looking at it and I think, why did Jim put those there? And then I got to thinking, I'm not sure he did, but I figured he did, so he's over at his mom's right now, and I texted him and I say, what did you do this? And he goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, the gloves and the vest. He still didn't know what I meant. So he said, I don't know what you mean, so I'm going to say no. I didn't do it. So then it hits me, oh my God, where did these come from? So I think we know who put them there. It was my Bigfoots. So many things are going through my head right now. Number one, that's the bag that I put my gloves in. All of our gloves go in there for working outside. Number two, where on earth did they get these? And the fact that they put them in the bag with my gloves, like, how well do they know my house? This is inside the garage. And I know they come in and do things here sometimes. They mess around. And, you know, that blows my mind that they come in and do things in the garage. But it's like they know that that bag holds gloves, and they put those there as a gift. Are they a gift for Jim? Because they do look awful manly. I don't know. And then where on earth did they get them? So I'm blown away, and in a minute here I'm going to take them out, and I'll show you when I take them out. But first I got to get a picture. I forgot to take I want to get a good picture, so hang on. Okay, so I did take a picture to send Jim, but I wasn't thinking about it being Bigfoot things, so I wanted to make sure I got a really good one. So anyways, let's take a look. Okay, these are used. Very nice gloves. And this it's a safety vest in a package. What kind of craziness is this? What did they do, get in somebody's truck, work truck, and get these? Now see here, I'll show you what's in this bag. Those are gloves, and I keep these gloves in there. These are the ones I use most of the time, and I'm always getting them out, taking them off, putting them on, put them in there. So they put these in there with the gloves. I'm so speechless. That's nuts. Okay. I'm going to go out. I'm going to have a little convo with them about this. Tell them thanks. And if I see anything else, I'll let you know. I guess the other thing I should have mentioned too is that I don't know when they did that. It must have been yesterday. I don't know, because I was in and out of here. I think I would have noticed it. So I don't know. I'm not sure when they did it. It was rainy, so I wasn't out here a lot. But anyways, I do not know when they did it. It had to be sometime yesterday or this morning. But when I got up, Jim was gone, the car was gone, the doors were locked. So, yeah, I don't know when they did it. After carrying this in, I noticed there's mouse turds on it, so I'm thinking maybe they found these in some deserted house. Or something. A barn, maybe? I don't know. My next thing is, what do I do with them? I want to keep them for sure. Should we wear them? I don't know. One more thought. How much must they love us to bring something so useful as clothing? And something that they know we probably would use because they see us using stuff. I don't know if the color is just maybe, I don't know if they know what they are, or maybe they've seen people wear them. I don't know. Craziness. I do have a thought about when they might have done it. It just hit me last night. I went to bed at around 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. And pretty much right up until I went to bed, the back door was open to let Bitsy go in and out. So they could have put him there then, and I wouldn't have noticed because it was dark. So that's probably when they brought him. Okay, Jim and I have been discussing where these might have come from. We both have a vague memory of his son giving him some items similar to this, so we're not sure if these were actually ours at one time they took and maybe brought back. So there's that thrown in there too, just to add to the confusion. I just wanted to mention real quick that Jim and I discussed when it was that his son may have given these items to him, and it would have had to have been clear back in like 2019 or 2020, so 2 to 3 years ago, because we remember organizing our garage at around that time, and we don't remember putting them anywhere, so they had to have been gone before that. So if they took them from us, then they had them a really long time, which is strange. So I really don't know if they took them from us or if they got them somewhere else. I really don't know where they came from. Okay, so Jim and I were just sitting on the back porch. We'd been out there about 10 minutes or so. And we were just sitting there talking, and we heard something go. We weren't sure what it was at first. And I came out to look around, and the trash can, Jim said he put it right here. It's now over there. So that would make that sound that we heard. If the Bigfoots ran up and just moved it real quick. And I see fresh finger marks on it right here. So I think they did that just to get a rise out of us, to see if they could just to play. So where in the heck are they now? Sometimes I think they come down here and hide, but in the daytime I'm sure I'd see them. Heck, they could be clear back there in the trees by now. Or up there. Well, this could prove to be an interesting day. Okay, we just found these sticks on the front step. It's the very top step on the porch. Well, before you step onto the porch. It's been a little windy and stuff, but these weren't here earlier, like just a couple hours ago, right, Jim? So either this fell from the tree and landed exactly in the middle of the step, if I can get that, and broke into 3 pieces. So if it was, like, I think this end would go here, and then this must have broke off of here. So either that or the Bigfoots put it there. So I guess I will leave that up to you, because I'm not sure. I just walked to the back to check things, and these were laying right in the middle of the food basket. I believe they're from the maple tree. So I thought they probably just fell in there, but after thinking about it, they were all together, laying just in the middle. I don't think that would have happened naturally. So I think they put these in there. I'm going to give them an apple since they gave me something in the center of the food basket. I'm going to give them an apple. That might be what they're telling me, that they want an apple. This is Tuesday, May 31st. It's 5:06 p.m. And I took a little nap, came out to check things, and there's a gift. in the slinky. It's one of those orange Nerf bullets. And I'm wondering if they brought it so they could take the apple. I don't know. They could have just brought that. It could have nothing to do with the apple. But yesterday, when I found when those things were in here, well, I'd like to explain something. When I was downloading my pictures and videos, I looked in here and those things that I found in the center, there were some in here, but they weren't in the center. They were just like laying in there, like down in the corners and stuff. So I'm not sure that they that they put them in the middle like that, but then again, I'm not sure that they didn't. So when I put the apple in there, I'm wondering if they brought the ball so they could take the apple, but this apple looks rotten, so I'm going to get him a new one and put it in there. So anyways, that's what happened.